everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The line. The line. New man, so funny. Kirk Cousins.
All right. I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
And this is Let's Talk Football.
Yeah, buddy. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Wednesday, and a beautiful Wednesday at that. I hope you had a good one. Happy Hump Day! And I'm here with my guys today. I'm here with I know, the happiest man in Arizona, Mr. How About Them Cowboys? David Wright is in the building. What up, David?
Yes, sir. I am pretty happy these days.
Oh, yeah. Hey, it must be nice. Hey, and you see the man under me sitting in front of that great steel curtain in Pittsburgh. Got another W this week. Hey,
2 in a row.
Good. Mr. Sydney Swinton, how you doing? Yeah,
I'm good.
Hey, and I look, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna start right here. I mentioned you. I called you out one of my other shows because I was talking to the junior reporter, the guy that's the Steelers fan, and Pat Fryermuth, man. Another 7 catches, 86 yards. I mean, hey, he's in a constant cog in that Pittsburgh offense, man.
He's that young rookie. He's just gonna get more and more reps, and I'm telling you, the man is talented. I was watching, and the big thing, the little junior reporter, he was saying that he didn't like it because we didn't need a tight end, which I completely agree with. Yeah. But the thing is he was gonna be our first round pick if Najee Harris was gone. That's how high we had Fryermuth.
Wow.
So him being there in the second was great value, so I'm not mad at it at all.
Yeah, best player available. Yep.
That's what they did. So I like it a lot.
I can dig it. And we already got somebody watching. Anthony Handy, what's going on, Anthony? Definitely tune in tomorrow as we do this week in SEC football. We talks about his number 1 ranked Georgia Bulldogs. Yes, sir. I can dig it. But hey, you already know we're here to talk fantasy football. Some leagues we're doing good, some leagues maybe not, but we'll let you know how it's going to go. Real quick, I did want to do kind of like a praise report. A week ago, we had mentioned our good buddy, a buddy of the show, Tanner Hughes, dealing with had COVID, had pneumonia in his lung. He went and took a test the other day, tested negative. Things right now are clear. Hallelujah, man. I absolutely love that, Tanner. We are so happy that everything is cool and good. Cannot wait to get you back on here to talk about your Browns, man. Let's go. And I know you're going through right now because Baker's out.
Or lack thereof Browns at this point.
Right. Mr. Case Keenum, we've seen him. Yeah. He had a tour in Washington. So, let's get it. But hey, you know why we're here. This is fantasy football. And ladies and gentlemen, let's go right into it. We can start off with the Fans League. Dave, I'm coming to you. I'm going to bring up – here we go right here. What's going on, Dave?
It was a heartbreaker this week, man. Delilah and I, the last 2 undefeateds.
Yes.
We squared off, and it came down to it. It did. It was she won by 2 points in the Monday night game, and she is now the only undefeated in either of our leagues, and I believe in the Let's Talk Football host league as well. Correct?
Yep.
So, congrats to Delilah. She is still first place in points for. I went ahead and dropped down to second place at 5-1, and then we got Ash and Brandon Davis at 4-2. John, Daryl, Nick, and Brandon B coming in at 500. And then Sid was finally able to pull away from Sean a little bit this week. Sid's sitting at 2-4. And Bobby is no longer living in the basement by himself. Bobby got his first win and is now tied with that's you, Sean.
Yeah, that's me.
Sean
That's
and Berg and Bobby all sitting at 1-5. Points for top 3, bottom 3. So we got Delilah in first at 871 points. John Lenny right behind her at 864, and then a little more of a gap down to Daryl after that huge week he had last week. Bottom 3, we are going to start with Brandon Davis. Brandon Davis still holding on to a winning record, but the lowest points for in the league. Next up, we got Brandon B, and then Ferguson. Points against our top 3 all happen to be right down there in the bottom of the standings. We got Sid and Ferg both tied for most points against at 840.
Wow.
And then Sean with 828 and Bobby at 826.
You know what?
And then your bottom 3, obviously a little closer to the top of the standings. Let's see. Brandon Davis is at 658 with the fewest points against in the league. And then we have Nick at 714 and myself at 732. It's a pretty even split. I believe we're 6 and 6 as far as over under 800 points scored against.
Yeah.
Winning streaks. I mean, Delilah's still riding high. She's got that perfect record. I took my first loss. Bobby, like we just said, he got his first win. And then the other interesting streak. Somebody in this league actually started 1-0, and they have lost 5 in a row. I didn't write down. Who was it?
It's been a rough year here.
Sean Spencer.
It's been a rough year here in Washington. Let me tell you, it's been a rough year all around. Oh my goodness. Yes, 5-game losing streak. Yes, that has happened. It's all right. It's all right. Because what do I say? The race is not given to the swift, nor the battle to the person who comes in last place, but to the person who keeps fighting, baby. I'm enduring.
So, Bobby. You're talking about Bobby, right?
Oh, my goodness. No. Oh, my God. Shout out to Bobby. Glad he got his W. He is past me in the list. I can no longer talk about my position. I'm not last, though. I'm not last. Can we please note that I am not? Oh, actually, am I? No. On the top list, I'm 11th. I'm 11th.
Ferguson is last.
And can we note I still have a 41% chance to make the playoffs. So they believe in me. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was really funny.
That's right. They believe in me. I believe in me. Let's go.
The percentages are actually pretty funny. I mean, yeah, you're way down there, and I think you're at 45%. And then the Ash and Brandon Davis, both at 4 and 2, 32 and 39%.
Wow.
The algorithms are not liking the two of them. You jump down to John and Daryl, both at 3 and 3, and we got 85% and 72%.
Right.
I thought that was very interesting. Where Ash and Brandon they're still pulling the wins out, but as far as the end of year projections, but that's all they are, projections.
Yeah.
But we did have a couple fun matchups this week. We had, let's see, Ash versus Brandon B. And Brandon B has had some of the lowest points for in the league this year, but he keeps pulling out wins. Right now he's sitting at 3 and 3, and he just put it down on Ash. So Ash just swept all 3 of us in the last 3 weeks. And then she puts up a 94.7 to get Brandon B just like an easy win.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
And then
took it out. Good.
We told Bobby not to hold his breath, but wait. Ash Ash started Zeke and Pollard.
That's because if you look at her bench,
Desperate. Yeah.
Her bench that game was David Montgomery out. His backup, Damian Williams, out.
Yep.
Trey Sherman on a bye. Those are the 3 running backs she had on her bench, so she didn't really have many options.
Yeah. And then Herbert obviously put up 11 points, and yeah, that makes for a rough week.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And then we jump over to Nick and Bobby because, like we said, we told Bobby not to hold his breath.
Let's go, Bobby.
What's that?
I said, let's go, Bobby.
Yeah. But he had a solid week. Put up 154. Nick's sitting over there at 107. Jaceki was his high scorer. You're not going to win many matches with Jaceki being your high scorer. I can't remember how many points he had. It wasn't good. But Bobby put up a 40-40 between Hunter Henry and CeeDee Lamb.
No, Derrick Henry, not Hunter Henry.
Oof. And Derrick Henry was 40.6.
Sorry, I said
CeeDee Lamb was 41.1. Yeah.
Yeah, and and it's funny because we talked about Bobby last week. He put up his personal high score. Just ran into Daryl.
Yeah.
So that's 2 weeks now. Where Bobby, I'm trying to find it. He put up 148 last week and 154 this week. So, things might be turning around over there for Bobby.
Let's go, Bobby.
He was the highest scoring team this week.
Yeah.
All right, and then we had Daryl and Ferg going at it. Daryl just got a great all-around game.
He's on a 3-game winning streak.
Yeah. And see, 3 players outscored Daryl's high score for Ferg, I believe it was. So Ferg had his top 3, and they all scored higher than Daryl's top player, but Daryl was just way more consistent across the matchup.
Yeah, Tyreek Hill, Jonathan Taylor, who had a great game. Sterling Shepard came in. Okay, Jared Cook. Who they have on their bench?
He fell for the lie that was Kadarius Toney, as did I in the other league, but he was able to survive.
It wasn't a lie. He got hurt. He got all 6 of those points on the first drive, so it was a great start. But, you can't predict injuries, so.
If the kid can, not get ejected and not get hurt, he might have a promising future.
You got to stay on the field.
Best ability is availability.
Hey, there you go.
All right, and then I'll toss it over to Sean.
Oh my goodness!
Who'd you play, Sean?
All right, now listen. I know ever since I pressed accept and put this guy in my starting lineup, I was gonna get heat for it. This was the logic, okay? The Kansas City Chiefs have been playing poorly on defense. Taylor Heineke, on 3 separate occasions, one against Buffalo, put up over 20 points. I thought he can put up over 20. And the thing that put me over was that all week it said Kyler Murray was questionable. Maybe he wasn't going to play. So I was like, all right, boom. Then it so happened that somewhere between Friday and Sunday, work, and I just didn't get to my lineup. And when Kyler was cleared, Heineke was still in there. And that's where we're at right now.
Yeah, that's rough. And obviously you were playing without Kamara.
Yeah. Yes.
No.
And I have a question when we get to waiver wire era questions, because Naheem Hines, man, now especially with the emergence of Jonathan Taylor, it's been consistently not good.
Yep.
So, but I sat Noah Fant also.
You did.
That was huge. And I believe more in Noah Fant. I like him better than Waller, but I've just been keeping Waller in there. And that's what that is.
It's hard to sit somebody like Waller, even when he has a down week. He's such a stud. I don't know. I can't really see starting Fant over Waller if they're both healthy and have decent matchups.
Can we discuss that John Linney beat me with Trevor Lawrence and James Robinson starting? Like, coming down. Robinson had a great game. Don't get it twisted. And he had Leonard Fournette. But, oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the Jags, they just had the perfect matchup this week with the Dolphins. Their Dolphins.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, get off of me. Who else we got?
All right, and then Sid. We got Sid going up against Brandon Davis. Sid coming out with the win.
It's pretty easy when you play the lowest scoring team.
And there you go. Sid got the win starting Geno. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and if I went with Tannehill, it wasn't much better. There's another 2 points, so
yeah,
the quarterback situation just wasn't there. But my
or
receivers,
your running back situation.
Yeah, exactly. Austin Eckler had 9 points, lowest of the year. Gibson had 4 points, lowest of the year.
Oh yeah.
But then my stacked receiving core just carried me through.
There it is.
24 from Antonio Brown, 24 from Diggs, 23 from Courtland Sutton. They just made it a lot easier on myself.
Yeah, Antonio Brown is becoming a fantasy MVP very quickly. I mean, he's been hitting 20s the last couple weeks, and it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, not 20s, but multiple catches, the whole nine. Like, he's been dominating.
People forget Antonio Brown was, he was the number one receiver in fantasy for like 7 years in a row.
Right.
He went crazy, so everybody forgot about him for a year or two, but doesn't mean he falls off that hard.
Now listen, I had to take the banner away, all right? And matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take this away as well. Sydney, brother, how you feel, man? That he is dominating the way that he is, not in your colors anymore, man. What's going on?
So here's the thing. Antonio Brown he just fell into the perfect scenario.
Yes.
He fell into 2 number one receivers, a number one tight end, and obviously Tom Brady at quarterback with a great offensive line.
Yep.
2 great running backs. Well, Ronald Jones isn't, I guess, a great running back, but that guy is so crazy and so I need the ball hungry that if he was on a team where he didn't have that much talent around him and the GOAT to be like, hey, sit down, shut up,
right.
Your turn, you'll get yours.
Right.
Any other team, he would have self-imploded and it'd have been off. I don't know why, but Tom Brady was like, come here, little boy. Sit underneath me, and I'll carry you to the promised land. So
right.
I'm perfectly fine with him not being a Steeler because he was terrible for our locker room.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I already hated Brady, so just one more reason to hate that guy.
There you go.
You know, it's funny. I said in the season opener when Tampa played Dallas, Janae was asking about AB, and I kind of spoke to the fact that he was living with Tom Brady in the offseason, and we'll see how well he's matured. And Sid nailed it, though. The fact that he can have up games and down games, and he's not always getting the ball, but he's still contributing and being a solid teammate speaks volumes for the leadership they have over there in Tampa. I mean, Richard Sherman just came out and, it was after his first game, and he said it's the most talented team he's ever been around. It just blows his mind, the level of talent they have there. So
yeah. Another big reason people don't think about, Bruce Arians was the Steelers' offensive coordinator in Antonio Brown's when he was there early. So Bruce Arians, so AB knows it. Bruce Arians, Byron Leftwich was a Steelers backup quarterback who is now the offensive coordinator in Tampa. Yep. It's a lot of people that
perfect situation.
And Tom wanted AB when he was in New England still.
Oh yeah, he got him for a little bit, didn't he? Didn't he get like a week? Yeah.
Yeah, got it for 1
And he scored a touchdown too.
And he scored a touchdown. Exactly.
Right. Yo, all right, man. So we have got to go ahead and move on. We're in another league, and I am in a hurry to get to this one because what?
I would love to skip this matchup, but we do have to give her credit.
Okay. Let me get back there.
Delilah.
Oh.
We can't just skip that one as much as I would love to, because every time I've opened the app since this ended, it's like a knife in my chest right now. Delilah came out and she jumped out ahead, and I was able to crawl back into it, and then we went into the Buffalo game. She was up by 16 points, and I was actually kind of when you guys were doing Let's Talk Football on Monday night, I was trying to ask in the comments if anybody thought that I should sit the Buffalo defense and just play Emmanuel Sanders
right
to get the 16, and the Buffalo defense ended up scoring exactly 0 points. And I got just fell short. It was heartbreaking just watching the points just slowly chip off of the Buffalo defense as that fourth quarter went, and then broke my heart. But congratulations, Delilah. I've been calling you the champ all year, and your team is definitely playing like it. However, we'll see if she can survive the injury to Chubb.
Exactly.
Because then Najee Harris is on a bye this week, correct?
Yep. Yeah, a
She
lot of players.
will be without her starting 2 running backs.
Oh yeah. And then she has Mark Ingram backing them up, and Kenyon Drake. Kenyon Drake gets points recently.
Yes, sir. All right, we can jump on over to Jerry World.
Oh yeah.
The place I hate to talk about.
Hey, can we check the standings in that one?
Yeah, I would actually love to do that. Before we do have a guest in the background. I am so glad he is in here. I know he has some stuff to say. Without further ado, Dalton Andrews, how you doing, man?
Guys?
What up, Dalton?
All right. So, I mean, I had a good week. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
I had a great week.
I was about to say, I think I was pretty good.
I had a good one.
So, which one of you guys needs a quarterback?
I mean, you did just trade for one.
I might have stumbled my way into Patrick Mahomes. Somebody might want him.
I had a little side conversation about that
I still
trade.
cannot believe Dylan gave you that sweetheart deal.
Wow.
Yeah, you fleeced him there, I think.
It was mutually beneficial.
Yeah. I don't know about that, but
Hey, it works for me.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
Man, I spent the last couple of weeks trying to put together a package I knew Dylan wouldn't be able to say no to, but I knew he was going to set the price way too high, and I never ended up making an offer. And then I saw your guys' trade, and it hurt. And you'll see why it hurt when we get to my matchup.
Hey, I'm accepting offers. So
what's that?
I'm accepting offers. Just let me know.
All right. Well, we might be talking after the show. All right. So Ash is holding on to the top spot over here at 5-1. And then she knocked Dylan. I'm sorry. Well, I knocked Dylan out of the top spot for Ash to just step right on in there, and he is now at 4-2. Then we got Sean, Sid, and Dalton. You three gentlemen all tied up at 4-2. I have crawled out of the basement. I'm sitting at 500. All right. Oh. Me and Seth both sitting there at 3-3. Then we got Steven, CJ, Ray, and Devin sitting at 2-4, and Jason all by his lonesome down at 1-5. All right, top 3, bottom 3, 4 points. 4. We have Steven still sitting in first place by a lot, thanks to that ridiculous week he had last week when he went up against Seth. Ash coming in at number 2, Dylan at number 3, 1 point separating the two of them, and Sean is also tied for third there with 816 points.
Oh, yeah.
Bottom three, we have the usual suspects. I believe it is the same as last week. We got Jason bringing up the rear at 672. Then Devin, 696. And Dalton has joined the 700 club. He is now at 704. And then top three, bottom three at points against. Here we have Steven with 938 points against. Now, the next closest person is Devin at 863. Then we got Ray at 833. So all those guys sitting at 2 and 4. As we say every week, it is incredibly hard to win matches when you're getting that many points thrown at you. And the bottom three, we have myself. Or wait, no, Dalton. Dalton is the low man in points against at 643. Dylan and Ash 670 and 689. So the points for, points against, top three, bottom three are very, very reflective of the overall standings. Dalton is sitting the low man, bottom three in both of those, but he is 4 and 2. The man finds ways to win.
Always.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
All right, and then let's see. We had a couple fun matchups over there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So, I lost it. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this league.
All right, so.
Oh yeah, nice little high score there, Sean, huh?
Oh yeah. It felt good this week. It felt good. Whenever you have Derrick Henry and he goes off, you feel real good.
Which he goes off basically every week.
Exactly. Right.
He's just a monster.
He is, and it's beautiful. It is.
All right, what match are you in, Sean?
I'm in my match. I definitely want to spotlight since in the last league I'm doing so poorly. Kyler did his thing, yes sir. Gave me 25 points. It's a shame that I sat him in my other league. I don't know why I thought Tyler Heineke was anything. Definitely picked up on the Khalil Herbert not having anybody else to run the ball in Chicago this week. He definitely did good. Definitely got the Minnesota connection out there. And hey, Cortland Sutton has been doing it for me. Anybody that's playing Detroit, I mean, I picked up the Bengals defense a week ago, and they've actually not been bad, But for the third or fourth week, Lambeau, he was injured like 3 weeks, and now he is not even on the team. So, but I played without him as a handicap. See, I'm trying to give y'all a chance. All right. But no, it's purely my mistake. But yeah, no, I feel good. And early in the game, because obviously I forgot about the early games, I had Jalen Waddell and Marvin Jones Jr., who both went off for 28 and 29 points. So, and with Ertz on the bench, hey,
looking like a solid team.
Feel good about my squad.
Got the dual Viking receivers. Thielen and Jefferson there.
Got to get that stacking on, man.
It's got to hurt for a guy whose team is named Hail Murray.
to lose
to Murray, right? Yeah, solid performance, dude.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah. What you got next, Dave?
All right, so then we had Devin playing Ash, and Ash came out ahead, 145 to 113.
And Ash
was real top heavy in this one. She got 30 from Dak, Fournette, and then 20 from Harrison and Tyreek Hill, and then pretty quiet as it goes down the list. Devin only had a couple standouts. I mean, Matt Stafford and Mixon both gave him 20 plus. But his lineup was pretty quiet. He had Gesicki over here, so Ash was able to go to 5-1 off of that win right there.
Devin, go ahead and bench the Washington's defense. All right, it's not gonna get better from here, man. I'm telling you.
Especially not this week.
No, yeah.
Did you see what I posted this last week? It was Matthew Berry's love-hate article talking about the Chiefs playing the Redskins and how he pretty much loved everybody in the Chiefs running game, no matter who it is, because the Washington football team's defensive strategy is standing around pointing at each other and saying, I thought you had him.
I'm telling you, I learned this a long time ago. Until things have truly changed, you will always bet against us. I started Josh Allen in one of my leagues and Steven Diggs. I started Kamara when we played the Saints. I started who we had last week. I have Tyreek Hill in some of my leagues. I started him. I'm not playing, man. I love my team, but I understand my team. Right?
All right. Then we had Ray playing his other son. And after Sid just absolutely put it down on him last week, Seth now did the same thing. Ray's struggling. He's put up, I think, below less than 90 points 2 weeks in a row now. He's starting Tannehill, and Tannehill almost got outscored by Big Ben.
Yeah. Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Oh, you know what that means.
Right.
We don't need details for that.
All right, and then we can jump over to Dalton's matchup. Dalton, do you have your matchup in front of you? You want to talk it through?
Yeah, give me 1 second. Let me get back up to there. Another win for me. Not that means anything.
So we got Dalton playing Jason, who has probably had the worst injury luck of anybody I've seen in a long time.
Oh, man.
But yeah, not much for me. I mean, running backs, Collins did great for me, but that's only going to last until Carson comes back. So I got a bit of a running back problem, but my wide receivers are more than making up for it.
Yeah.
Except for Devontae this week. He forgot how to play football.
I really thought this was going to be the week that Trayvon outgained and outscored his brother. Didn't happen.
No.
Didn't.
No.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Oh, with
But yeah,
Harrison.
Tim Patrick's been a decent pickup as well.
Mm-hmm.
With Jerry Jeudy being out. But I know once I have Jerry Jeudy, so it doesn't matter. Then Tim Patrick can take a hike.
Yeah.
The addition of DK Metcalf
serviceable.
is definitely beneficial.
Oh, yeah. He's serviceable.
Yeah, and Jason's just trying to plug holes all over the place.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he's going to be able to turn that around.
Wilson, Christian
Always a
McCaffrey.
chance. But McCaffrey being out, Wilson being out.
Yeah.
And he was without Jacobs for a minute there, and then who else? He had Jarvis Landry. He drafted Jarvis Landry.
Oh, man.
And had to drop him. Yeah, that's a rough go.
He started Giovanni Bernard and Cameron Brate. That's rough.
Yeah.
Injury gods are not being kind to him.
No, siree. All right.
And then Sid. Let's jump over to Sid. Sid was able to squeak out a low-scoring affair.
I got lucky because I don't think he paid attention to his running backs.
Oh,
he didn't read
I won by 8. If he starts any running back that actually played, he would have beaten me.
Right.
Now, if you look at his bench, he actually only has 2 other running backs he could have played. That would have combined for 9. He would have beaten by 1 point if you put both of them in. So,
That hurts.
Wow.
Sid gets lucky again.
Yeah. Hey, I'll take it.
All right.
Better to be lucky than good.
Hey.
A win's a win.
Yes, exactly. Cooper Kupp did it for you.
Yeah.
Oh, that Rams connection.
Yeah, he's got the Rams receivers.
All right, and then let's jump over to my favorite match of the week.
Oh my goodness.
See, I like to think I
I
helped
wish
you
you,
with this.
and so you guys know Dalton. Dalton's a good friend of Dylan's. That's this league is how I met Dalton. I ended up, and when we made the Facebook page, I invited him over there, and he's been kicking it with us since. But I think Dalton loves to see this as much as I do.
I do. It's beautiful.
So now I just would like for you gentlemen to remember. Let's think back to last week and the conversation we had, and then I would like for you to look at the lineup I started against Dylan.
Hey, you won, right?
Oh.
You won, right? That's all that matters.
All right.
Hey.
It
You
is.
got the win.
I'm never
All that
listening to
matters.
the two of you again.
Yeah, I said Darrell Williams is going to have a great game. I'm pretty sure
There
I
you
said,
go.
yeah, look at it, and he did.
Yeah.
He pulled through.
I dirtied myself
You're
to
welcome.
start a Washington football team quarterback.
Wow. And you didn't start a defense. Oh, neither you did.
I don't know why it's not showing the defense on there. It's weird.
Oh.
They definitely did, but it's
Oh,
not.
they did?
Yeah,
It's
it
not
looks like
showing.
it's showing up weird.
So yeah, this was fun. I actually had the Baltimore defense and
I don't see it.
it was going to be a close match. I didn't trust the Baltimore defense, and so I sat him. And Dylan actually responded by running an empty slot at his defense as well, and he used that spot to actually go out and make another waiver pickup. I can't remember who it was.
It had to have been Trevor Lawrence because he picked up a third quarterback. Because why does he need them when he has Jalen Hurts, who scored over 20 in every single game this year, and Tom Brady,
Yeah.
who's leading the league in pass yards?
He did not believe that Brady and Hurts were going to put it down this week, so he picked up Trevor Lawrence, who was the low scoring person out of all three.
Right.
But CD Lamb definitely did work for me. That man, that game was crazy. But watching CD take over that fourth quarter and overtime, knowing every single time he caught that ball, I was just inching away from Dylan. It was a good day. Oh, that was good stuff. All right, and then let's see this coming week. Over here we've got. I'll be playing Steven. Then we got Ash going up against CJ, who's still starting Saquon Barkley and Nick Chubb. So yay, another easy win for the Swinton household. Then we got the brothers are facing off. This week it was Dylan and I, and this week it's going to be Sid and Seth. Oh, and then the basement dwellers of Devin and Jason. Sean's going to be going against Trey, who's put up below 90 points for 2 weeks in a row. And Dalton will be playing Dylan this week.
That's going to be a good one.
I really hope the players you got in your trade dominate the players he got in that trade.
Yeah.
The one problem is the Packers play somebody's team this week.
Yeah, they do.
So Aaron Jones might have a fantastic day.
That's fair.
Oh, he definitely, yeah. And Devontae Adams. If you got Tanyan, get him out there. They'll all show up. We're just looking at each other like, what's going on, guys?
I actually might pick up AJ Dillon. That might be a move, actually.
I'm telling you. And it's funny because after this show, I go on and I do a show about Washington, and I'm just I got like a list over here, like, what are we even going to talk about? Like, what just, I don't know. It's rough, guys. It's rough. All right, man.
Well, hey, so I know we're going to hit waivers. If you want to pop back over to the Let's Talk Football League, I want you to bring up either one, really, either Ash or myself for this week. Now, there are two schools of thought out there about bye weeks when you're drafting, and that is there are a lot of people who draft, and bye weeks are part of the way they draft. I'm not one of those people. I'm definitely a draft the best person, worry about the bye weeks later. I knew that this week was going to be rough for me, and it apparently is going to be pretty rough for Ash as well.
I think it's going to be rough for everybody.
What's up?
I think it's going to be rough for everybody. Real quick, let me just
rough for some people.
Everyone's on a bye.
You don't know rough. All right. Who do you have pulled up there, Sean?
This is you.
Me? Yeah. And I'm not dropping anybody. I'm not. So I am forfeiting my week basically.
Must be nice.
I tried to pick up Matt Ryan off waivers. Zach Moss was really the only player that I was comfortable parting ways with. I was not going to drop one of these guys on my bench or one of these guys on a bye for a lesser player just to probably still lose this week. But I have never in all of my fantasy time run into a bye week like this. This is disgusting, and I'm angry about it.
You see that? What did I tell you? The race is not given to the swift. Who's your opponent this week? Sean. Let's go.
Yeah.
Out of the basement, baby. Win any way we can, all right?
Yeah, real quick. You think your team, but listen to the players on bye this week. I'm going to go ahead and read them off real quick.
All right.
Zeke, Amari, CeeDee, Dalton, Schultz, Dak, Diggs, Stephon Diggs, Josh Allen, Emmanuel Sanders, Zach Moss, Dawson Knox, Devin Singletary, Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, Najee Harris, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, James Robinson, Marvin Jones Jr., Austin Eckler, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
All viable starters in every league ever.
Yep.
And that is an insane.
That's funny. I actually wrote down a list of all the notable players that were on a bye. You did the complete list, and I love it. It's disgusting, man. It's a 16 bye, and just so many fantasy heavy hitters out there that are now leaving people scrambling, trying to fill their holes.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard somebody call it By-Mageddon this week.
Yeah.
It's called By-Mageddon.
I like that.
Yep.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, I'll give it back to you, Sean. I know I jumped in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you, sir. And shout out to people that are watching us. Delilah, she said, I'm going down this week. We'll see. You've been winning everything else. All right. And then it's the leagues I'm dying in. Oh, yeah, the other one. That's the one league you're dying in. Every other one you're like 5-0 and, you're killing us. You're killing us, Delilah. All right, man. So, hey, we are going to go ahead and move on. And, hey, look, like we just alluded to, it's crazy. The bye weeks plus the injuries. Now it's like, where do we go from here? A lesser fantasy coach wouldn't know what to do. But, see, luckily I am with not 2, but now 3 gurus. They're in the building. And, hey, guys, like I mentioned earlier, Nyheim Hines is on my team. I got him on a couple. He's doing terrible. I need to go to the waiver wire, man. So I am coming. I'm going to go clockwise. So, David, waiver wire, what you got, man?
Sorry. Starting with me?
See that? Yeah, right.
Well, I definitely focused on running backs this week simply because of the amount of running backs that are hurt and or on a bye. Sid just gave you the full list, but Zeke, Dalvin Cook, Najee Harris, James Robinson, Austin Eckler, both Moss and Singletary, and then Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt both being out. So we got Dearness Johnson. Obviously, he has not had an opportunity to show us what, if anything, he can do. But for a team that is so focused on the running game, and as we just found out today, Baker Mayfield will be taking a seat. I expect him to have a huge workload. They do have the other back over there, Felton.
Yep.
But he's more of a pass catcher.
Yep. He's got 2 carries all season.
What's that?
He's got 2 carries all season. The rest are catches.
So I definitely think Dearness Johnson is worth the pickup, especially if you had Chubb or Kareem Hunt, because if he balls out this week and either one of those guys goes down again, you're looking at a viable backup. And then Michael Carter over with the Jets. Now Dearness Johnson, 2.5%. He's owned in 2.5% of the leagues out there. So I would definitely go and get him. These next two are owned in a lot more of the leagues, but I think they're viable options for this week. Michael Carter, 52% of the carries in his last start. He went for 10 carries for 38 yards, 3 for 3 targeted and caught for 20 yards and 1 touchdown. He's had 3 targets per game since week 2, so that's nothing new there. And he is highly touchdown reliant, though. And I tend to stay away from players who are touchdown reliant. I want workhorses. I want production through yards and catches, because those are much easier to sustain week from week. And Latavius Murray over in Cincinnati, they're playing Cincinnati. He's had increased targets for the last 2 weeks, and he's had touchdowns in 4 out of 6 games. Again, pretty touchdown reliant, but I mean, if you're missing any one of these big names and you've got an open spot on your roster, definitely look at these guys. Those were just the top 3. There are a lot of backup running backs who are going to be getting looked at this week. Those were the few that I looked over and I liked. My one wide receiver was Rashad Bateman. He had 6 targets, which led all Baltimore receivers in his debut. Now, for all those folks out there that still don't think that Lamar Jackson is a quarterback and he can't throw, Lamar,
but yet still start him.
Hey, I got me 11 points.
He did, yeah.
It was an ugly game, all right, Sid.
It was an ugly game that they put up 30 in.
You spoiled that. But no, I think that'll be very interesting to see if Bateman can really develop that rapport with Lamar, because if he does, and then you've got Bateman and Hollywood Brown with Mark Andrews, I think the Ravens' passing attack could actually become something to really fear. So that's all I got for you.
Nice. Sid, what you got, man?
All right, did my usual. Went through my 6 leagues, looked at guys that were available. Now they're not available in all of them, but they were at least available in some of them. So can't guarantee they'll be available in your league, but I mean, like we were talking about, it's by Mageddon. If you can find somebody with a pulse, you got to start them almost. I mean, look at David's league. So for quarterbacks, Derek Carr was available in at least 2 of my leagues. So I mean, again, all those teams have starting quarterbacks that are on buys that are fantasy quarterbacks. So if you need a quarterback, he's one. I got him. Tua is a great stream this week. Tua is not somebody that you're going to want to start every week, but he's got a great matchup this week. And he threw for over 300 yards last week. So if you can do that on this 1 week where somebody's on a buy or whatnot, definitely something to think about. I did have Teddy Bridgewater marked down. I like Teddy. The secondary of the Browns is very bad. The only thing is, I see with everybody that's out for Cleveland's offense, this is going to be a game where I don't think a lot of points are going to be scored, and I don't think they're going to have to throw the ball a lot. I think it's going to be run it, get a lead, and keep running it. Their defense, I mean, the Browns are questionable or out. Both tackles, center, quarterback, 2 receivers, both running backs. So I don't see them putting up a lot of points. So I think if the Broncos get a lead early, they're not going to pass as much. But, I mean, Teddy could be a streamer if you need somebody. As for running backs, on top of what David said, I would look at just possibly, if you need somebody, Rashad Penny for Seattle. He was on IR, but he should be coming back. Alex Collins is hurt. He's not ruled out yet, but he's questionable. So if he's not in, Rashad Penny should be the guy. And again, you're just looking at a guy with a pulse. It's like you got to stream somebody. This is the type of game where if you have Miles Sanders, we've told you all year not to start Miles Sanders, but with all the running backs out, this is a game you start Miles Sanders, and this is why you have him on your bench. J.D. McKissick was on a couple waivers. Pick him up. Antonio Gibson's got a shin issue, and McKissick is a great receiving back. So if he's available, definitely a great streamer. Again, not available in all my leagues, but he was in some, so definitely viable. On top of Rashad Bateman, we talked about Tim Patrick earlier. David's been talking about Tim Patrick all year, saying he doesn't like him. Hey, all the dude does is produce. So 10-plus points.
I told you last week.
Hey, again, and he's still available in leagues. Like if you need a guy, he's out there. And then the other receiver I had marked down was T.Y. Hilton. He came out of the game due to a quad injury, but they think it was just to management because they were up big in that game. They didn't think he needed to play anymore. But he did have a big bomb, which is T.Y.'s specialty. Carson loves to throw those. So if you need a receiver, I like T.Y. a lot. As for tight ends, I like the same two I did last week. I did add one. Zach Ertz, who I said last week, much better passing offense. Obviously, they don't have a tight end. That's why they signed him. Now, I don't see him getting a lot of playing time this week, obviously, because he just got there. But if you can get him, stash him, or if you just need to stream him this week, I guarantee they have a package of at least 20 plays for him this week, and that might be all you need at tight end. Obviously, Pat Freiermuth, we talked about him earlier. He's on bye. Just kidding, not him. The other one I have is Ricky Seals-Jones for Washington. Sean talked about him last week. He did step in just as good as Logan Thomas. Got a touchdown last week. That's all you can ask for from a tight end. So if he's available and you need one, I like him a lot as well. Again, these aren't guys that you're going to pick up and start every week and win a game with, but just streamers this week for Buy-Me-Geddon. All of them, I think, could hopefully get you through the week and maybe get you a win because everybody is hurting, not just you, I promise. We all have people out. So it's whoever can pick up the best. And, I mean, hey, squeaking out a win this week could win you a league, can get you in the playoffs and get you a chance to win it. Could come down to one game. So you don't want to just give up like man up here.
Yeah. That's right. And I'll take that W in the resurgence.
Exactly.
Dalton, man, you got anybody in the waiver wire you want people to pick up or look at?
So I agree with the tight end, Seals-Jones. With the other guy going down on IR, that's just going to give him more opportunity. Heineke is going to go to that safety net because he's probably going to continue getting hit.
Yes.
So he needs to make his life a little bit easier. Just dump it off real quick, let him get a few yards. So he can at least get some catches and probably some red zone looks if they can get down there. Running back wise, Devontae Booker, since the Giants don't know what's happening because of Saquon, he seems like a safe bet for right now until Saquon decides if he's actually going to show up and play or if he's just going to ride the bench again all year. Let's see. After that, though, gets really hard because Cole Beasley, not an every week guy, but every once in a while, Josh Allen's going to be like, "You're my man today," since Diggs is maybe double covered or something. So just pick him up if you watch what defense they're playing. That'll be all you need to know. And then possibly for another tight end, Jared Cook's not a bad look.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for your waiver wire. Not too much at this point in the season.
Oh yeah. It's getting to be crunch time. This is when the real fantasy coaches come out, and not just the people that think that they could draft well. This is when you have to start getting into the back and forth, the nitty gritty, the nerdy stuff. And this is when forfeits begot victories for some people. I'll take it. Now, if I lose this week, I'm not coming on the show next week. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. All right? I resign if I can't even beat him with all those people on bye. All right, I'm just saying. Let's go. So, we have to move on. And actually, so we do not have any of the fan questions this week. We can move into the bets, but did you guys have anything you guys want? I did want to post something to the group, actually. Nyheim Hines, I've talked about him earlier in the show. He has consistently been, I know he's consistently giving me like under, 7 points, like under like 6, 5 points, something like that. I know he's one of those kind of like where he's very touchdown dependent. And he's had situations like last year where he got like 3 touchdowns in a game on certain games, but he's not something consistent. But with Jonathan Taylor, is it safe to drop a Nyheim Hines?
Yeah, I think with the emergence of Jonathan Taylor, especially in the pass game, because that's where Nyheim Hines really thrived. With him emerging there, that he just looks like the bell cow. So, barring a Taylor injury, I don't think Hines is ever going to make it your starting lineup. So, I think he's a handcuff at this point.
Yeah.
Exactly. If you don't have Jonathan Taylor, then I don't see the point in keeping him. Maybe as trade bait, something to sweeten a pot for whoever does have Jonathan Taylor. I mean, I make it a rule every year. My 2 stud running backs, my top 2 picks, I go after their backups. I drafted Chuba Hubbard and ended up dropping him because I was going to go back and get him in like a week or 2, but I needed the roster spot. McCaffrey got hurt. I think Sid picked him up. I also had Edwards-Hilaire's backup. So, I mean, that's your value for him at this point, man. I would make the move for move him to whoever has Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, like Sid said, just try to put him in a trade package just to sweeten the deal.
Exactly.
But you're not going to get legitimate value out of him points wise. You're going to regret putting him in your lineup.
Right.
Absolutely. I mean that's something that Dalton and Dylan just did. You gave him what backup did you give him?
Oh, what was our trade again?
You gave him the handcuff to one of his running backs to sweeten that deal, and that was kind of one of the tipping points for Dylan, where on face value, the value wasn't really there until you realized that that running back was the handcuff to one of his guys. We actually fielded a question about that last week, in where somebody was offering Cook and Madison together, which I thought was, I mean, that's huge. That's huge, knowing that if Dalvin Cook goes down, you got Madison coming in, and you're solid. I mean, the chances of both of those guys getting hurt and being out is pretty low. So, I mean, those using the backups and to sweeten trades is pretty solid.
Yeah, because he gave me Pollard.
Yep.
And Pollard usually will do something decent, so not a bad flex option. And on a bad week, this week he's on bye, so that doesn't help me.
I can dig it. I do have one more quick question. James Conner. Sorry, no Sid. This hurts you again. Another former Steeler. We saw the week he had a week ago. He had a pretty solid game. Is he somebody that you can rely on? Dalton, I'll start with you.
So it's him and Drake, correct, for those 2 running backs?
Chase Edmonds. Drake is in Vegas.
I think Connor's going to end up being the main guy. That's just me. But, I mean, he's always been able to put up numbers.
Right.
Yeah, so, I mean, I think, to be honest, I think Connor's the bell cow now. He's going to get all the end zone, the goal line, or the red zone work, goal line work. Edmonds has become just the third down pass catcher. Connor's always been a great running back. His issue has been injuries. So as long as he's healthy, he should be able to produce, especially in that offense, because they can spread them out and they got so many weapons. The run game should open up very nicely for them anytime they need it. I like Connor a lot.
Interesting. All right, cool. Dave.
That offense is tricky. You know, one week AJ Green is, crushing fantasy owners' hearts across the country, and the next week he does nothing. Connor really, single digits first 2 weeks. Then he put up 18.3, 20.6, 10.7, and 8.1. I mean, that's 4 out of 5 weeks in double digits, hit 20 once. And like these guys said, I mean, he's really emerged as their guy. I don't see any reason not to trust him at this point.
Lord, and I'm about to catch a cannonball.
What's that?
And Dalton's watching videos.
Just getting a pop-up on my ESPN here.
Well, I will throw out last week we took a question from Chase Wellner. It was the choice between Booker, Williams, or Moss. Both Sid and Sean took Moss. I went with Damian Williams. I also thought that Chicago was going to win that game. He obviously didn't end up playing. So the guys got me on that, but I will note that Herbert was far and away the top scorer out of those three players.
Was he an option?
Yes.
Was he an option?
I thought the options were Booker, Moss, and Williams.
Right.
I am just saying that I think if Damian Williams had played in that game, he would have produced similarly, and I still would have won that one.
Right.
But
you guys got me. And that was actually that was the only lineup question we took last week. It was a lot of trade talk.
Yeah.
And I will, maybe a couple weeks down the road, revisit some of those trades that we talked about and see how things shook out for people.
Oh, yeah.
Report card from waivers last week. Both Sid and Sean urged you to pick up Taylor Heineke. They were wrong.
Yes, we were. I will take the L on that one.
We were all really down on Devontae Booker. He put up 10.9, pretty much exactly what we thought would happen. He was going to get his volume, but like I keep saying every week, volume does not always translate into production.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Stevenson, Sid put up Stevenson, and he put up a 15.2, which was actually the highest out of any of Sid's waiver picks. So, well done there, sir. Obviously, Kadarius Toney, great start, left with injury. Hardman was an 8.8. Not much movement on the wide receivers there. Tight ends, you had Ertz and Fermu, and both of them put up 12.9 and 12.8. So respectable numbers. But yeah, pretty productive waivers for you last week, Sid. I also had Kadarius Toney, Tim Patrick, and Khalil Herbert. Herbert knocked it out of the park. He would have been the highest overall scorer of any of our waivers. I don't have Tim Patrick's in front of me. I don't know why not, but
he scored a touchdown. He scored a touchdown. He did good. He had a good week.
I think he had about 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, when you're going to waivers, and obviously, like we talked about streaming this week, if you can get 10 to 15 points from whoever you picked up, I consider that a win. So a lot of wins here between Sid and I last week. Except for Taylor Heineke.
Oh,
hey, he got 10 points. You said 10 to 15.
9.28. 9.28.
Yeah, can't win them all.
Yeah, can't. Hey, but shout out to the person that was not on that list that you did mention, David. I did pick up Khalil Herbert in a couple of my leagues, and he definitely did produce, at least for me, with the 97 yards and the touchdown. So, yeah, I'll take that. Would have loved 3 more yards for that 100-yard bonus, but, beggars can't be choosers. Let's go. Let's go. Wait a minute.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Lot of us out there still, because there isn't a single one of us who's dropped them. Probably. What do you guys do about Christian McCaffrey?
Ooh,
stash him and wait.
You gotta hold him.
What's that?
Yeah,
just wait. Just sit there and wait.
Hold him.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you could try.
That's my plan. It's just, he broke my heart when he went back on IR, and then I lost CEH in the same week.
Hey, I mean,
I cannot reconcile the idea of dropping him at this point.
You can't drop him.
I mean, you can look at one of the top teams in the league. Try and trade him.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody that's deep. Somebody that's got a big bench that's willing to wait on him. I mean, I don't know. It's worth a shot. If you're over it and you're looking to unload him, obviously dropping him is not the move. Look for a trade. I guarantee. I mean, I would look. Depending on who you wanted, I'd look at a trade for Christian McCaffrey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Somebody would make an offer on.
Okay, I believe somebody definitely will. Somebody needs him, or can wait for him. Right? Yo, we did have a question. Shout out to my guy Nathan Snell, who said, and this is something a lot of people are having problems with. Kareem Hunt is out. Who should he pick up?
I think his backup is the best option. Dearness Johnson, who David hit. Yeah. Just because he's going to be the guy. He's going to be the only running back they have, and it's going to be hard to see them moving the ball a lot, but he's going to be the guy. I think I looked it up. He averages 5 yards a carry, so he's a decent running back. He's not he doesn't have bad stats. Obviously, he doesn't have a ton of work, so it's hard to go off of. But they're a running offense, so they're already set up to be able to run the ball well. If he is any decent at all, he should be able to at least get you hopefully 10 points is all you're hoping for. It's like we said, it's buy him again. There's a lot of people on buys. There's not a lot of options out there, but I think he is the best option with Kareem out.
As we said, this should be an interesting week because practically my whole team is on buy this year. Yep. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, great that they're all on buy the week after you beat me. Thanks. That's perfect. 1 week. Oh man, yes sir. Any other questions? Everybody good? Because we can definitely move on. Sydney, I'm coming to you. Some of us are gamblers. Some of us are trying to be gamblers. Sydney, tell us how we can win, man. What's the bet of the week this week, man?
I've been talking about it, so I think I got to bet it. So, and just to recap, last week I did say Zach Ertz to be the first touchdown scorer. And if Philly had got the ball first, he was the first touchdown. Unfortunately, they got the ball second. The other team had already scored. But, man, if I had called that one, that would have been great. Anyway, this week, the Browns don't have anybody playing offense. They don't have a pulse.
Yeah.
So they're playing the Broncos, who are a low-scoring team. The Browns I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I think the bet is bet the under on the spread. Keep it simple.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a lot of points scored in this game. The over-under is at 42.5. So just to break it down, what the over-under is, it's the combined point total with both teams. So whatever at the end of the game, however many points are scored by both teams, you add it up. Whether it's over or under the point total that the books have established beforehand is what you bet. So right now it's 42.5. I really see this game being like 14-3,
right?
10-7. I don't see it being high scoring. If it's high scoring, I don't know who scores, and that's my issue. So I think it's gonna be a real high scoring game. To get over 42.5, it'd have to be like 24-20 or 28-17. It's got to be way higher up there. So I don't see that happening. I think keeping it simple, just betting that the total score is going to be under 42.5 is the way to go. That's where I'm going.
Nice. Yo, so we actually, shout out to James Zhao, one of the guys who's been watching us the last couple of weeks. He actually shot us a question. Pretty interesting. Trade D-Hop for Jefferson, ?
Just straight across? D-Hop for Jefferson?
Yeah.
That's what he says.
I keep D-Hop.
Yeah. In my opinion, D-Hop's the guy. I like Murray. When I break it down this way, I like the quarterback in Arizona more than I like the quarterback in Minnesota. Now, I think Jefferson has less competition when it comes to getting the ball, arguably.
Right.
But
because Thielen gets
the ball, and then really there's not much else. Dalvin Cook out of the backfield. Whereas in Arizona, you got Rondale Moore, Christian Kirk, AJ Green, now Zach Ertz. So there's a lot to go around there. But D-Hop, I like their offense more consistently than I like the Vikings offense.
Gotcha. All right, got another one for you. My guy Nathan Snell said, should I trade Gallaudet?
Yeah, if you can trade him.
Sure.
I think.
If somebody will take him.
Yeah, that's the thing.
What do you
more
get?
like right.
I'm not
trade
sure
for
what
a
you can
kicker,
get
man.
for him.
So don't.
If you can get, I would if you could get something for him, because I think Sterling Shepard's the number 1 guy there. Kadarius Toney, if he's healthy, looks like the number 2, and then Gallaudet. So, and it's not a pass-heavy offense that can sustain 3 receivers. So,
yeah,
that's my opinion.
Agreed.
Jones is your quarterback.
And also just
yeah. Danny Pennies, when he's your quarterback, you cannot trust that guy. James Al said, all right, pick up Michelle, C. Davis, Pollard, Jones Jr., Shepard, Waddell, Kirk, Moore, or Boyd. A lot of names.
All right. So,
a lot of names. What's he asking?
It just says pick up. So I'm trying to. Are you just picking up one person? And is it? I mean, I guess it's got to be long term because a couple of those are on a bye this week. I don't know. I guess I'll rank them in the order I would pick them up. Maybe make it easier. So I think Sterling Shepard is my top because he gets the most targets. Jalen Waddle, probably after that.
That's where I would have started.
And then probably Corey Davis, just because he's like the top target there. I'm assuming that's Sony Michel.
I think so.
So the rest of them, I think, split too much. So I like Jones Jr. a lot. He seems to be Trevor Lawrence's favorite target, but they're just not very good. So it's hard to say him. It's tough. Pollard's a backup. I mean, he'll get you points if you need somebody occasionally, but he's never going to be a guy that gets you more than 15 with Zeke healthy. Is that DJ Moore or Rondell? It's probably Rondell Moore.
That's what I thought. I thought it was Rondell Moore.
It's gotta be Rondell
DJ Moore definitely would be in there.
Yeah, Rondell Moore and Christian Kirk are. I mean, they have the chance to go.
It's Eli Mitchell from San Francisco.
From Elijah Mitchell for the Niners.
Yeah,
he's probably the best running back, I would think. Out of, I mean, yeah, him or Pollard, I would definitely take Michelle or Elijah Mitchell. And then, yeah, I wouldn't touch Boyd right now. Tyler Boyd's got a lot of talent, but he's not. Burrow's not looking at him.
Nice target. Yep.
Chase is taking all those targets.
Yeah,
right.
I can't. Tyler Boyd's talented, but I wouldn't touch him. Kirk and Moore, I think. If you can combine them into one player, that's a great player. But they just take turns, so you don't know which one's going to go off. So I think it's too hard because if one goes off, the other one is a 0 or a 2-point game. So it's really hard to stay there. Yeah, I think I go Shepard, Waddle, Davis, Elijah Mitchell, Jones. That's where I'm going. It's a lot of breakdown.
A lot of names, right?
If you can follow it all, that's how I would do it.
Only thing I do different is I'd flip Waddle. I would pick him up first
over Sterling Shepard.
Yeah, just the Tua connection with him. He's gonna get the targets. So I know that doesn't always mean he's gonna produce, but hey, if it gets in his hands, he'll be gone.
I agree. Just for my argument, Sterling Shepard's only been healthy for 3 full games. In those 3 games, he's had 9 targets, 10 targets, and 14 targets. Fantasy points has had 24, 17, and 17. Shepard produces when he's plays the game. He's tucked away on this very bad Giants team with a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
But that's who Dines looks for anytime. So he gets all the catches.
God.
Yeah, but the best ability is availability.
Exactly.
Hey,
He's got to be able to play.
You're not
wrong. Very true. Very true. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, James, for doing that. Thank you, Nate, for hitting us up with the questions. Definitely hit us up with your questions. We will definitely be asking week by week, so you can definitely talk to us because it's getting to crunch time, ladies and gentlemen, where you need to know there's a lot of stuff going on. Oh, wait, we got one more for you. Said, I am getting Ridley giving up AB full PPR. Would you take it?
I wouldn't. We talked about it earlier. AB's turning in. I mean, the talent of AB is too good. Ridley's really good, but the Bucs offense is better. And we were talking about last week with the emergence of Kyle Pitts. We really think that's going to steal a lot of Ridley's targets. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ridley's good. He's still going to be great. But with the emergence of Kyle Pitts and Matt Ryan not being as good as Tom Brady, straight up, that's why I take AB. Because I think AB – so it's weird because they have those three starters, AB, Godwin, and Evans. But I think it's AB and either Godwin or Evans every week. Mm-hmm. Those are the two that flip-flop. AB kind of is always going to get his 4 to 7 catches and a deep shot. So whereas Evans and Godwin kind of switch off who's going to be the main guy that week. It's weird, but that's how I see it. And so I like AB more. It's tough, but that's
like you said, we talked about that last week. I expect Pitts to really continue to produce, and obviously that's going to eat into Ridley's numbers. But Tom Brady's affinity for Antonio Brown, I think, is the real trump card in this. Like you said, he always looks for it. Has AB had has he had a single game so far this year where he didn't get at least one scoring opportunity, whether he got it or not? But I mean, Tom always looks for him, especially with Gronk. So, yeah,
that's the thing.
So you just have to look at who's the quarterback. Do you pick Brady or Matt Ryan? You obviously pick Tom Brady and AB. Since that one game in New England, they've had a wonderful connection.
Yep.
And I feel like Tom Brady's just doing this to stick it to everybody who said AB can't play anymore.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think.
There you go.
Yeah, I agree. There's really not much to add.
We don't have to talk about how 3 years ago, Le'Veon, AB, they were all with you, man. Connor was there a couple years later than that. Man, is there any hope? Is Haskins the future?
No.
These are questions for
Matt Corral. Ask your SEC.
Hey,
I do have one.
Oh yeah.
I have one more question. You got time?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, don't have time. Don't have time. We're done. All right.
It's ridiculous. So you lose in the first week of the playoffs.
There we go. That's right.
And I hope you're letting Green Bay.
Hey,
I would be right there.
Sid knows that I am not a delusional Cowboys fan. I'm probably one of the most critical Cowboys fans there is. But I am telling you guys, I do love what we got going on this year. I know we have an easy schedule. However, the way we're playing the schedule has me pretty excited. And I have decided that I'm all in. I'm on board. I'm going to ride this train as far as it takes me. I may never see another Cowboys Super Bowl in my life, but I'm going to enjoy this year.
I'm just sorry your heart's going to be broken the end of the year.
God, I feel for you. I do. Hey, this is Let's Talk Fantasy Football, not Let's Talk Dallas Cowboys. We got to go ahead and go. Yo, I want to take this minute really quickly to thank Dalton Andrews for joining this show today, man. Appreciate it, man.
Anytime, guys. Anytime.
Definitely. Yeah, you have a green light. Yeah, you have a green light anytime you want to come back. No doubt about it. Hey, for me, ladies and gentlemen, your host, Sean Spencer, my guy, Mr. How About Them Cowboys, David Wright, the guy down here standing watch over the steel curtain, Mr. Sydney Swinton. Hey, and my man, Dalton Andrews, right down here. Hey, we appreciate you joining us. For those of you that came, ask questions, everything like that, tune in next week. We will be back with you. Peace, ladies and gentlemen.
Go Pack, go.